Hello, this is a review of Franklin-Christoph Model 02 Intrinsic fountain pen. Just got this today. Came in a regular old Franklin-Christoph cardboard box with two warranty cards. Um, you know, one is an address card, the other one is a warranty card. This one, unlike my other four Franklin-Christophs, is actually signed. Says 18 karat gold, 18 karat number 6, so 18 karat gold number 6 size nib in broad. So I'm just gonna put these away. Came with two little cartridges, which I'm not gonna use, and a converter which is inside the pen, and I'll show you that. So let's look at the pen. I want to spend a little time talking about shape and size. You can see the shape of the pen. It's tapered here and then goes straight. So it's narrower there's a narrow piece to the barrel, and the cap is a significant size in terms of the length of the pen proportionately. Just to give you an example, this is my Franklin-Christoph Model 19, which is the same size, but you can see, well, it's roughly the same size. The O2 is actually slightly longer, and the cap on this one, as you can see, is slightly longer as well. So interestingly, even though they're about the same size and the cap is bigger here, if you look at the posted length, because of this narrow barrel end here, the cap sits pretty deep. So I'm gonna just show you the posted lengths between these two pens. They're both number 6 nibs, and you can see the posted length of these two pens is quite a bit different. So I don't usually post my pens, but this one would be huge. This one would be huge posted, and this one would be just fine for me. So this one I could actually post, but I mean, it's a comfortable size. So let's see, it sits here, so almost that deep into the cap, versus this Model 19, which sits that deep into the cap. So you can see how the posted length of this pen is much shorter. And you can compare it to other models such as the Franklin-Christoph Bellus. Again, roughly the same length, slightly longer, the O2 is, but you can see where the cap is. The cap here, posted length, same thing. Here's the posted length on that, here's the posted length on this. The Bellus, which is Model 29 Bellus, you can see is much longer. That's a number 5 nib. This is a number 6 nib, so much bigger nib. We'll look at one more pen for size. This is my Pilot Custom 74, and you can see about the same length, again, just an 1/8 inch longer probably, and same thing with posted. So posted length much shorter. So interesting squatty looking pen when you post it. Again, this is number 5 nib, this is number 6 nib, so you can tell the size difference. So monster nib, which I love, absolutely love. I'll refer to my Model 19 quite often because this is the most comparable pen. This Model 19 has a high performance stainless steel nib, and this one has a Rhodium plated gold nib. And you can see I hope you can see, on the right hand side is the high performance steel nib. The high performance steel nib is much more decorative. The etched Franklin-Christoph diamond in the middle is kind of brown gray. On the left side, the gold nib, 18 karat, it's a gold hued diamond, gold etching. And then it says here 18 karat, let's see if you can, 18 karat, 750, and B for broad. Much simpler nib, but it's still very elegant. I wish they had more decoration on it, but oh well, can't get everything. The gold nib price is about $90 more than the high performance steel nib. So the high performance steel price of this pen is, let me get this back into focus. High performance steel nib price of this pen is 165. With the gold nib, it is 255. Okay, so let me cap this again, go over the exterior a little more. So we talked about the shape, we talked about the cap length, the clip, classic Franklin-Christoph kit clip with the 4 diamonds, very similar to the Model 19 clip. Same size, it just looks smaller because of the larger, longer cap. This model color is called black with emerald, and this whole body is black until you get to the cap. And this cap has a translucent green emerald end. And you can see, just like in Model 19, and you can look at my review for that, this has the Franklin-Christoph logo, which is an English, Old English or Gothic F with the 4 diamonds underneath it. Chamfered edge, very similar, this chamfered edge on the cap, chamfered edge at the bottom, no engraving at the bottom. And then also it has, very similar to the Model 19, it has engraving. Let's try to show you this. It has engraving on the cap which says, come on, focus. Oh well. It says Franklin-Christoph 02. Very similar to Model 19 where it says Franklin-Christoph 19. Okay, open it up. Inside, the grip section is actually an emerald green, which I don't know if you can tell. It's pretty dark, very deep, looks almost black. You open it up and you get the converter. I just filled it. I actually tried to do a video showing you how to fill it. I actually took the nib apart and all that, but that video was 20 minutes long, so it wouldn't upload to YouTube. But I filled it with ink. This nib and the feed sits in a nib holder, so I'll just quickly pull that out. So there's a nib holder in which all this sits, and I hope I don't get an ink leak here. But you can see your nib holder comes out, then you can wiggle and pry the nib and the feed out. This is pretty much typical of all Franklin-Christoph, most Franklin-Christoph pens. So I hope I didn't mess up the alignment too much. So pretty simple, like I said, green, very deep emerald green grip section, very understated. Again, everything very understated. Now, very, very nice proportion, I think. Look at the size of the nib. Look at, the proportion, the shape of the pen. Very shapely, I think. In my book, this is very, very elegant. And, again, a lot of understated little features such as, the green here. Alright, writing sample. So it's a gold nib, supposed to be a little more flexy, and we'll play with it, compare it to the other pen, which is with the red band. That's the Model 19, which has the steel nib. So let's try the steel nib. Now, this is a medium nib, the steel nib. So I'll just write one word, Franklin. And I'll draw lines at different pressure to check the flexibility. And you can see that's about it. That's the best I'm gonna do. When we come to this pen, which is 18 karat gold, broad, so this was medium, and you can see already how much wetter it is. Oh, it writes like butter. Oh my god, it's just flowing. Ink is just flowing out of here. So you can see how much thicker, how much wetter. Now, no pressure line, broad, a little more pressure, a little more pressure, oops, too much pressure, a lot more pressure, and let's see if we can split the tines. There you go. So you can do some nice writing here. There you go. So very nice ink flow. Can go pretty fast with it. Can't go super fast because of the amount of ink that comes out of this pen. Okay, it's very wet, so because it's very wet, you cannot go super fast with it. It'll start skipping, and obviously it's not intended for you to do that. You can see here, the ink flow is so high that the feed takes a while to catch up, especially with the broad nib. So, you know, but otherwise there's no problem skipping. Yeah, no problem skipping or anything. It's just when you go super fast. Okay, so very nice pen. I'm really looking forward to using this on a daily basis. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you get a chance to buy this pen or use it or try it out, do not miss out, because it is Franklin-Christoph. Both these, all their plastic pens seem to be just wonderful. Nibs are very nice. Steel nibs, very stiff. Gold nibs, a little more flexible. I wouldn't say they're as flexible as maybe a Pelican or a Sailor. The Sailor, I have a Sailor 21 karat and a Sailor 14 karat, which are quite flexible. So, but just overall very nice, and it writes like butter. So, hope you enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.